Welcome back! Today we're inspired by the Japanese artist Hokusai. He's known for making lots of different types of art, but especially printmaking. So in a series of prints that he made, here is a picture of one of them, and we think of it a lot of times as called the Great Wave, but it was part of a series of 36 views of Mount Fuji. Can you find Mount Fuji in the picture? That's right, it's kind of small behind, or almost like the Great Wave is about to crash on top of it. So we are going to be inspired by that Great Wave piece of art, and we're going to make our own Great Wave today. So I'm going to show you how to make your own big wave across the middle of your paper. In Hokusai's picture, there's lots of repeating line designs. Those lines give the wave almost like the movement on the paper, like it's about to splash over onto you. So we're going to use repeating lines as well to make it look like we have movement in our water. And then we're going to make sure we use cool colors and warm colors to really give this piece some contrast. So our sky will be warm colors and our water will be cool colors. So we have reds, oranges, and yellows, maybe some pink up top. And all the bottom will be blues and purples and greens, those cool colors. This one today is done with crayon and watercolor, but if you don't have that, this one right here is done with, like I used a Sharpie marker and some watercolor. So there's kind of two different variations. If you don't have paint, that's fine too. You guys can use crayon, you can use marker, whatever you have around, but we're gonna make a warm and cool wave and sky picture inspired by the Great Wave by Hokusai. Let's get started. To start our Great Waves today, we are going to make sure we have the supplies we need. So make sure you have a paper, and then if you want a pencil, you can have a pencil. I'm gonna use crayons, and I'm gonna use today some watercolor paints. If you don't have watercolor paint, that is fine. You can also use just crayon or colored pencils or markers. It's whatever you have around the house. So today, to start, I'm gonna make my big wave going across the paper. I want my wave to divide my paper in half. So the bottom is going to be the cool colors of the water, and the top will be the warm color of the sky. So you can use pencil or crayon first. I am going to do a pencil line just so I'm happy with it. To do that, I am going to start my wave off right kind of in the middle of the edge. I'm going to make a little bit of a happy face and then curve it to a sad face. So this is the top of the big wave, so it's a little happy and then sad. Now, sometimes you see that people want to add like the white foam on top of the wave. If you want to do that, you can kind of make some wiggles like that. Maybe you add some foam, so it's just kind of a wavy line. That can be all the way back to the wave. That can just be like the white foam, or you can just make it into a curly Q. I think today I want mine to be a curly Q. I'm not gonna worry about the foam. This makes it a little bit more difficult. So that's no big deal, just a reset. So I'm gonna make mine a curly Q. So I go right here. Now I'm gonna make kind of like a C shape. So I'm gonna make the letter C. So my wave's just about to tip over. Then I make a C and curve back up. So I have a happy, a sad, a C, and then part of a sad. To make sure you can see this better, now I'm going to use either like a black, I think I will use black for this. I am going to make it really outlined. So this is going to separate my cool watery wave from my sky. I think I want to add a little bit more water down here. Maybe not such a big wave, but just maybe a smaller wiggly line for another layer of water. So I have some top water and some bottom water mapped out. I'm going to add more details in a minute. And then my sky's going to be warm colors. I think I'm just going to start using warm crayons for that. I want it to be like a big sun in the sky, kind of like it's a sunset. So I'm never gonna put my sun in the corner. I'm gonna either make a whole circle, or I could make like a little peak of a circle, like if the sun is setting or rising, or no circle at all. But it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm gonna make like a big, kind of like the sun's just rising over the horizon. So I have 2 lines for my waves. I have the beginning of a sun. I'm going to add all kinds of warm colors to my sky. I might also add some fun line designs before I add those colors. So right now I am just gonna add some line designs and patterns really quick with my crayon. So add like a curly Q to my sun, and then only using those reds, oranges, and yellows. Let me find some reds. I am going to maybe make my sun look like it has like rays coming out of it in all different directions. You can make them straight, you can make them wavy, you can make like big circles of color coming around, like it's a giant kind of curly Q. I think I'll switch to some yellow. Don't forget, I'm gonna make it look like the sun's going the rays are going all the way across the paper. I might even add some pink, because pink is also a warm color. You can use any kind of warm color for your sky. But save those cool colors for down here in just a minute. So I'm gonna keep on filling it up until it looks pretty full. With my sky, obviously it's not filled in, it just has line designs. But now I'm gonna move on to cool colors in my water. So I'm gonna find lots of different kinds of blues, purples, maybe even some greens, whatever you have laying around. So I got some blues, purples, greens going on, some teal and turquoise. I'm gonna start with my top wave, and I'm gonna make repeating lines that make it look like the wave has lots of little smaller lines inside. So I'm going to start by making one that goes from the tip down. Maybe I'll make 2 the same color. And then this one's going to go from the tip of my wave all the way back. It just kind of follows along just underneath the black. And then maybe a different color. Maybe this one goes down and kind of separates it in the middle. And then from here, I'm gonna keep filling just this top wave in with some more line designs, but just lines that kind of match the line that you already started, but different shades, different colors. And when it touches the black, that's fine, it just stops. Maybe over here, they're shorter because there's not as much space. Whatever kind of cool colors you find. I'm doing mostly blues and purples. It's kind of a gray. I don't have as much greens. I'm okay with that. Added just a little wiggly line at the tip here, so the wave has a little bit of foam. It's up to you, but I decided I didn't want that after all. So I'm gonna leave that one little part white, the rest will be colored in with paint. Finished my waves with all kinds of blues, purples, and greens for my waves, and just kind of blended them together. I'm going to give it a second to dry, and then I am going to work on filling in my top with warm colors. Okay, now I finished my sky as well. So I have cool colors, my blues, purples, greens all on the bottom. And I've used red, orange, and yellows to fill in my sky. Kind of let them blend together. You can still see all the little wiggles of the crayons. And then the line designs of the crayons make it really colorful, fun. There's lots of movement because of the lines. I hope you have fun and you fill up your paper with those warm colors on top and those cool colors on the bottom. Thanks for making a great wave with me today. I hope you had fun making your cool wavy water and your warm sun. I hope you have lots of contrast, lots of color, and I can't wait